Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a brilliant day. I really appreciate your time and your thoughts and support. Thank you so much for just being here. Just a quick hello and thank you to the Patreons that we have. Thank you to those that donate. I really do appreciate that. It really does help with a whole bunch of the expenses for building this series of games. Everything from research material to the website to hosting, Dropbox, blah, blah, blah. All these things add up to development cost, which, obviously software, so much software, it's insane. So huge thank you to those that do support. Absolutely, it is appreciated. Also, thank you to those, if you're watching this later on YouTube, thank you for tuning in and seeing what's going on with the campaign series. Just a reminder that if you do like this type of content, please consider giving it a like and subscribe. It really does help. I think we're almost at 800 viewers right now, which is our subscribers right now, so that's amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you. What I'm thinking that I might do is that once I get to 1,000, we'll start doing some live, maybe like a coffee chat or something like that on YouTube, and see how that goes. I don't know if there's any interested in that. If there is, let me know, and potentially a time that would work for those that would be keen on having a live chat. During those live chats, we could do something like I could show you some very basic how to do things. That's kind of what I was thinking. But I don't know, like stream for half an hour or an hour and see what you guys think. Anyways, that'll happen once we hit 1,000 subscribers. That's my plan. What do you think of the plan? Am I crazy? Could very well be crazy. Absolutely. What's going on? So, just for those that are following the JTS updates, as I mentioned before, the JTS update for the World War II game, it will be available September the 18th. I have this morning finalized everything that I'm going to include into that update, and just so you can see, this is the final changelog for the 2.0, 2.0. It'll probably be called the 2.05 by the time it's all said and done. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Zoom in a bit. But I did, since the last time we talked, I did add added 6 new scenarios and updated 1 scenario for West Front. So that means there's going to be 27 new East Front scenarios, a link campaign for East Front, 6 new scenarios for West Front, plus an updated scenario for one of the scenarios that I had before to make it a little more balanced and more interesting. That's the key new features. There's also 12 scenarios from Petri that were available in the Blitz Wargame Club database. These 6 West Front scenarios were also available in the West Front database, but I have updated them. So most of those scenarios that I've updated for West Front, they are complexity 10, so they're very large, and they're designed for head-to-head play. That being said, I did modify them to incorporate things like day changes. I revised some of the infantry, in particular for the British units. They were using older, 1930 platoons as opposed to 40 or 41, depending on the if it's Malta or England, or Sea Lion scenarios. Also, the Tobruk, I also modified those, so someone playing as the British will have better infantry than they originally would have started with. For example, in the Tobruk scenario, a lot of the infantry will now have the Boy's anti-tank rifle, which will make them a little more potent in defending against the massive German hordes that would be attacking in that particular scenario. I also had done, as we can see down here, there are some modifications and graphics updates by the... Hey, Schlons! Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well today. By the likes of Schlons, for example, I just added his brand new graphics for the Italians. Troy and Ignomar had also provided some brand new graphics, so you can expect to see those. There are a handful of new units based on requests from Ignomar and what he is going to be building a new Crete scenario and a new what was the other one? Arnhem scenario. I don't know if they're going to be able to get into the update because I think it's finalized today, at least this beta. It might be able to be included later on. I will have to double check for 100%. But anyways, the units are there. They'll be available for him for whenever he's building. Ignomar also provided a new mod. So there is a brand new mod in this update, which basically colorizes the leader images. It looks nice, but if you want to add it, you can just go through the mod enabler and you utilize that. There's also, I modified as I was updating my scenarios, I noticed that some of the French trucks and some of the Italian trucks weren't coded correctly, so I did revise those just for West Front mostly. I didn't go into East Front for them because I don't have any scenarios. Anyways, made it so that they can properly carry, like 3 trucks carries a full platoon of 6 strength points of infantry. So I did do that, and that being said, I did go through the scenarios that I've included, these ones here, and modified those trucks where they were relevant. So, exciting times. Kind of cool. That being said, once this update is out, if anyone wants to play any of these scenarios, I'm happy to give it a whirl. Either side is good for me. Oh, I forgot to change this name, I think. We're just going to add V2 there. But yeah, so this should, again, this new beta will be available this coming week, probably like Wednesday or Thursday. But the official version will be released again September 18th. And that's that. All right. I also believe, so in regards to the Cold War, I do have a new map from Nick. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Let's take a look. Let's take a look right now. Hang on. Please hold. How you doing today, Schlons? How are things? What's going on? Where's Nick? There he is. There is going to be a new beta for Cold War. I guess a new alpha. It's not really a beta yet. For Cold War, which is kind of exciting. In the next coming little times. Let's copy that. I think it goes in here. I'm using a very outdated alpha for Cold War right now. Playing West Front. Oh, what are you playing? Okay, here's the latest and greatest from Nick in regards to the Cold War mapping. What do we have here? Oh yeah, it's coming along. He's been doing a lot in this sector down here. Ah, cool. That's exciting. It's nice to see it slowly expanding. Let's see, is Falda on the map yet? I don't think it is yet. No, not yet. Should be soon though. I think Falda is somewhere in this sector here. I think it's right here actually. Bravery resistance at the Calamus. The Italians in Greece. Oh, is it interesting? So again, this is, right now it's mostly, by the looks of it, is West Germany. Here's the border between East and West. We will be expanding that, of course. I'm very excited to start playing this. This will be crazy fun. I've been going again and thinking about different scenario ideas and whatnot for the 60s and 70s. And so again, open to suggestions and ideas for those type of scenarios, just FYI. If you do have thoughts, you can potentially contact on Discord or leave a comment below. Just throw out ideas how you can see the Cold War going hot. That scenario has 12 infantry regiments plus support, lots of movement. Oh, 12 battalions, okay. Yeah. Is it, I presume it's an infantry fight. Yeah, infantry fight. And who are you fighting against? The Greeks or the Brits? So here we are in our scenario. And what are we going to do? Fighting against the Greeks. How is that? How are the Italians versus the Greeks? Are they? I would imagine they're relatively balanced as fighting units, or not so much. So this particular scenario, just, hey, Stipe, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well today. Just FYI, this scenario, just a reminder, the whole point of this scenario is, this is the second scenario in this particular set. This is Campaign Series Vietnam. This is dealing with the French in Indochina. This is the second part of a very infamous battle about Dien Bien Phu. We are playing as the Viet Minh, and our ultimate goal is to capture Beatrice. If we look at the scenario information, we know that night is going to be coming at turn 11. Because I know how effective the French fire is, I am trying to delay my assault onto that until nighttime. We want to wait to have nighttime to provide us extra cover. Now, obviously, that's going to work both ways. So what I'm going to be doing is spending the first handful of turns pounding this position with all the artillery that we have until we are ready to assault it. Once it's ready to assault, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut off this position. I'm going to build a bridge over here. You see there's a ridge here. On the other side of the ridge, I'm going to take some of my engineers. We're going to work our way over there, and we're going to build a light bridge so we can storm south here, because I can't cross that without a bridge. Storm south and encircle this position before we start assaulting it. The advantage to that is that units will be isolated and basically firing at half value. Also, maybe lay some mines to give the Frenchies a surprise should they attack. I'm not sure how this was scripted, but I don't suspect we're going to see much of an attack. I don't know, though, but that might be a good idea. The question is, do I have units that can lay mines? Let's check our rifle platoons. That's a good question. We can set IEDs. Ah, there we go. So we can set IEDs. That's good to know. Good suggestion, Stipe. Thanks for that. As the time goes on, What's the visibility now? Visibility is 20, so it's insane. It's crazy. That's a lot. I wouldn't design things with 20 visibility. But the reason why I think he did that is because he wanted to have direct fire. The designer, David, wanted to have direct fire with the artillery positions. And because visibility is 20 hexes, you can see that. So that's kind of interesting. Not something that I would do, but yeah, the whole point of the positions here was that they could direct fire onto the French positions. I don't know what French are actually in here. I think it's just the ones that are isolated around Beatrice, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so we are going to... This is turn 2. Let's continue sliding down and hopefully not get shot at. So they can see us there, so I have to be careful of that. Oh, shit. Ah, we took a hit. So one thing to notice is that if you're interested in knowing what these particular units are armed with, you can see here I identified them as US armed. So if we select one of them, I think it tells you what kind of weapons that these platoons are armed with. Now, the Viet Minh, they should have a mix. Yeah, so for example, here you'll see this one says S. That means it's Soviet, and we can tell that it has more Soviet arms as opposed to the US arms. There's some variety in how the platoons will actually function. That might affect their fire rate, that might affect their assault, defense, and the weapons values themselves. Like how hard are they attacking at soft as well as hard targets. Could be that deadly and dreaded French pastry brigade. They kill you with the heavy cream. That's true. And Schlons was saying that you have an armored division too. Oh man, really? That's crazy. Okay, so we need to move our troops. Shit. Where are the engineers? There they are. Let's turn that off. Don't need those. I'm going to move the machine guns into positions where I can start seeing everything, because that will make our likelihood of destroying their troops significantly better. Now, let's try direct fire. So the difference between utilizing direct fire with the artillery and just using a bombardment is that if you use a bombardment, it will attack all of the units within the same hex, but it does so at a reduced effect. If we use direct fire, we can target a particular unit, but fire at full effect. So we're going to try that. We should be able to see the machine guns. See if we can take them out. Unknown. So we can't tell, because of the positions that they're in, if they're taking any casualties. The only way we're going to be able to tell is if they run away. Now we want to grab our guns. Holy shoot, we have a lot of artillery. I'm just going to pound this until it disappears into oblivion. Let's start smoking all that. I need to get to that position there, so what we're doing is trying to make sure that we can clear this. So these first 10 turns, they should go relatively quickly. As you can see, the units that are not... Oh, shit. See, just like that, bada boom, we already lost one. Does direct fire have reduced accuracy at the cost of increased damage. It also, yeah, so not only does it have a reduced accuracy, it also has potential to drift. Depending on the nation and depending on the decade that you're playing, will impact how much drift an artillery strike will have. Usually for the Western style nations, their ability to call fire is usually pretty good, so their drift is minimal. But for example, for me playing the Viet Minh, my likelihood of having some drift every time an artillery comes is more likely. It can drift up to 2 hexes, but I think if it's spotted, it only drifts up to 1. So you have to be very, very careful, especially if you're playing, the secondary nations. If you're firing at units that are up against you, 1 hex away, you can potentially destroy your own units just by having the artillery striking you, which is good, but not good at the same time. I do want to get up on top of this hill just to see what we can see. I will take casualties though, and that's just the shits. Alright, so we are working everything well. Everyone else is either digging in right now or moving to the front. Alright, let's see what happens for the French artillery. Sorry, I mean higher chance for being ineffective. Yes. We want this artillery to be as ineffective as possible. Oh, smoke. Like that, our artillery is coming. We did have 1 double unknown effect, which is good. That means we did cause some damage. Come on. There we go. That was a good hit. Now, we have to assume that these are bunkers or trenches or a combination of both. So it should be... You know what? Our artillery is doing a really good job so far. Every hit on these, we are causing casualties or causing retreats or something like that. So that's all good. The more damage we can inflict in this phase, the easier our assault is going to be. I don't know, we'll check here in a second, if these scenarios are designed for also play by email. I don't. Let's take a look. Side B or head to head. So yeah, you can play this head to head. As the Viet Minh playing head to head, I would probably do the same thing. Although keep in mind that the French, they could counterattack, but that's a massive amount of fire that they would have to counterattack into. And also depends on what they have back here to help. See, that's a nice juicy target. I'm not gonna do... Let's move these guys out. These guys will probably get smoked. These guys are going to continue securing. Oh, there we go. God damn it. Double damn it. Where are those guns? Oh, they're way over here. Okay, well, we need to bring our engineers over. Damn it, there's machine guns and everything over there. I have to be focused on the prize. Focus on the prize! Out of range. Okay, call the artillery. Let's grab some of these things back here. Get some extra points just for killing some trucks. And I'm just pounding this whole entire area. Because, hey, why not? Alright. These guys. This will be our assault force that will go around. Ah, shit. We're overstacked. Damn it. Okay, there we go. End the turn. This is where I want to... So we're going to try these two engineers are going to move into those two positions, and hopefully they will survive the pending artillery strikes that are going to be coming into that position, because they can't be disrupted if they're trying to build a bridge. Oh, really? That's hilarious. No double unknown effects. None there. None there. We lost our line of sight. Nope, no double unknown effects. Here, I'll just move this over here, you can see. No damage. The new scenarios for West Front. Oh, Stipe, I don't know if you're here for that. The update going to be September 18th. The final update for the JTCS games. I did add 6 brand new West Front scenarios available from the Blitz database, but I have updated them, so they are in essence brand new. They include Operation Sea Lion, a couple of Sea Lion related scenarios, Romanal England, and Iron Maidens at Cranbrook, and blah blah blah. Additionally, there is Operation C3, which is the invasion of Malta, as well as the final battle of Valletta. Most of those scenarios, they're designed for play by email or head-to-head play. They are fairly large, but I did take the opportunity to update them. There's also a Tobruk multiplayer scenario as well, That had been updated for the British, so that gives the British a significantly better chance to survive in the future, which is always a good thing. Okay, so I need mortars, and we're going to smoke this. Can I fire smoke with this? Let's see. Oh, I cannot. Let's move that out of the way. I need other mortars that can do it. These can do it. 82 millimeters can fire smoke. We're going to fire smoke into there, and we're going to fire smoke into there. So next turn, we'll be able to occupy both of those positions, hopefully under the cover of smoke. But we'll see how that goes. You know what they say about plans. Let's take the opportunity to reduce some of these French. So that got reduced by 1. Do I go? You see, it's tempting to come out to play, but I don't want to do that. Look at that. We're down to 1 strength point already for this machine gun. I'm going to move an infantry platoon just to hopefully have some longevity to stick around and keep line of sight to these positions here for the artillery strike that's coming. Let's move. No, I guess not. These guys can dig in. These guys can all dig in. And everyone else is good. Let's plot our artillery. Yeah, we're going to burn through these first turns very quickly. I'm going to focus mostly on these frontal points and try and reduce them as much as we can. Alright, zoom in. End the turn. These I'm just leaving out here for bait, as you can see with the artillery. Oh, we got smoked though. I don't know why it freezes like that every once in a while. Alright, here we go. Nice. We're direct firing into that position as opportunity fire. These must be scripted as to do patrols and make sure that no one gets close, which is good for us because that brings them out into the open and allows us to do some firing against the troops. Oh, they smoked into a minefield. That's good to know there's a minefield there. There's our smoke. my East Germans are coming along very well. I'm now in the phase where I'm adding the platoon IDs to the company file, and that's the last thing I obviously, as Schlons would know, that's a very tedious task, but I'm in the last file for updating those units, which means that I should be able to start. I'm going to assume it's going to take another week to finish that off, because there's a lot of different companies that I have in that file, so it will take time. But that being said, by the end of the week I should have that done, and then I can start assigning or catching up the graphics and the weapon files for the East Germans so that they match my current position within the rest of the Warsaw Pact nations. And after that, once they have been caught up, we can continue finalizing those graphics, the weapon values, and making sure that the Warsaw Pact are consistent. Sometime in the next month, what I'll do is I'll generate the different graphics for example, as I mentioned a couple of streams ago, about potentially incorporating some minor modifications to, for example, a T-54 tank for the Poles, for the Czechs, for the Soviets, for the East Germans, with some sort of national colors on them. Very small, subtle, but enough that if you wanted to, if you're not using bases, you would be able to identify what those are. That might be something that I do a poll on. Actually, no, it will be something that I do a poll on, just to get feedback from the viewers and from the group and from those that are interested in actually playing. It's just an eye candy thing. It's not going to change anything, with the exception of eye candy and the amount of work that I have to do. But that would be the type of thing that I don't do it for every single vehicle. It would just be the core ones that are guaranteed going to be, used by the same nations: T-54, T-55, the BRDMs, reconnaissance vehicles, the BTRs, the 60s, 70s, those type of things, where the main key vehicles that you're going to see on the battlefield are the ones that I would incorporate that. Not everything, not all the trucks and all that fun stuff, because most of the... Hey, Tim, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Most of those trucks, they are already unique to the nation, so I don't think you need to have additional information. You don't need to see the flags on a Polish truck or a East German truck or something like that. I don't know. We'll do that, and I'll probably have a poll to see, is the effort worth it? The other thing that I would really, really like to complete is the 2D silhouettes for 2D, obviously. That is another big task. But as you've seen before, I did start it. I just haven't had a chance, because I've been rebuilding all the organizations. I haven't had a chance to complete that yet. But that is on my radar for 1.00 for Cold War. Absolutely. Smoked that platoon. That's amazing. Let's do a quick map check. So this is a major river. Oh, you know what I can do? Let's build a bridge right here. Because why not? Build a light hex side bridge. We want to do down left, because this is down left here. We want to build a bridge across right there. And that failed. Let's try another one. Again, same location. Oh, and we did succeed in building a bridge. Now I'll build another bridge going south. If we can't, not with the rifle platoon, with the engineer platoon. I don't want to damage, I want to build, and we're going to do it down this way. And that failed. Okay, most importantly, let's get our engineers into here. Ah, gosh darn it. Shoot. Okay, let's see if we can draw some fire. Oh, what? Well, that sucked. That was a reduction by 3 and then an elimination. Damn it. Okay, well, let's get up close and personal. Let's start moving in some more troops. Ah, we took a hit again. Alright, let's see if we can get in there. Now, again, we're going to find that mortar, wherever it was. There it is. And we are going to smoke this one more time. Smoked. Smoked. Okay. Let's start double timing these troops around. Oh, I can't. Damn it. Let's turn off the map hints. Alright. Do the artillery. Get her done. Just pound the crap out of all this. There we go. Am I giving a lot of thought to the artillery? No, not really. We do have full strength mortars here, so let's see how that would work. Let's do some pounding back here. And in the... nope, don't want to do that. Okay, bada boom. And the turn. Holy shit, look at that. We already reduced that by 4 strength points. Shit. French platoon, colonial infantry, more than likely. Oh no! Our smoke missed. Unknown effect. Unknown effect. Miss. Right now, visibility is still 20. We're at turn 7 or 6 coming up here. It'll be interesting to see if the scenario designer did a transition. I usually incorporate a transition where the sun is going down and then the sun is rising, so the visibility will fluctuate. But I don't recall if that's what this... that's what they did here as well. Okay, first things first. See if we can be successful building a bridge. Down. No, failed. You guys... doesn't matter. Oh, I think we built the bridge there. Let's double check. We did. So we successfully built a bridge there. That's encouraging. I am going to smoke both these positions one more time. And we'll see if we can get another bridge built. And we're going to start swinging all this infantry over. plot the artillery. Here we go. Bada boom. Save it, end it. Sacrificing those 2 platoons so the artillery doesn't hit my engineers. Now, of course, for scripting, and that's something that I can do, is that I can prioritize targets. For example, if I can script the AI so that if it sees an engineer, it's going to do its best to target that as a priority. Hey, Infantryman, thanks for tuning in. The new stuff, the main things to be concerned about are dealing with the campaign series, the JTCS series. The update will be... There's a new beta version of the update. It'll be available sometime this week. I finalized my portion for that this morning, actually. There should be a beta available, I'm going to assume, Wednesday or Thursday. The official final released version will be September the 18th. With this new beta for JTCS, I did include 6 new scenarios for West Front. Most of them are larger, size 10, also designed for play by email or head-to-head. The beta should be out Wednesday or Thursday. You're welcome. But the official version should be out September 18th. I don't think there will be another beta after this particular release. So we're trying to finalize the fan. Ah, nice. The day before your birthday. That's awesome, Infantryman. That's brilliant. We should be finalizing. We don't want to be continually adding and adding and adding because it's a huge distraction. And so as an overview, there are 27 Smolensk-related brand new scenarios for East Front. There's 6 brand new, they were downloadable, but I've heavily revised them, scenarios for West Front. There's 1 revised scenario for West Front. There's a brand new link campaign for East Front, which is what we're playing on Wednesdays. And there's also, I think it's 12 scenarios that Petri has included that were downloadable, his Arctic scenarios. Let's take a look. Yeah, a set of 12 scenarios also to East Front, but they were only available on the database. There are some modifications that have been incorporated with that. There's some new units. Graphics have been changed by a few gentlemen that have provided graphics files, which is fantastic. And these are the scenarios that I've updated just this week for West Front. So there wasn't any West Front additions until this new beta that's coming out. Actually, I think pretty much all of those except for The End Is Near and Iron Maidens at Cranbrook, they're all larger scenarios. But again, they're designed for play-by-email play. All those scenarios have a lot of changes to them in the sense that the British infantry has been changed significantly. So they're using better infantry now, 1941 infantry, 1940 infantry, as opposed to the default 1930 infantry that was available when I first designed those scenarios. I also did some tweaks to the day-night situation, so most of those scenarios now will have, since they're longer, a day-night phase. Maybe 1, maybe 2, depending on the scenario itself. All those are designed for play by email, just as an FYI. Alright, let's get back into it. We built a bridge there. Let's see if we can build another bridge. Oh, wait. Why didn't my smoke come? What? Damn it. Build a bridge. No joy. See if we can build a bridge. No joy. Damn it. Let's move everyone out of the way. Start meandering. Guess we don't need those guys. Okay, we're only a few turns away from nighttime, and our assault is going to begin. Let's continue giving this a good pounding. Okay, bada boom. Save it, end it. Oh, shit. Gosh, darn it. Our engineers got smoked. Happy thoughts. They must be reduced significantly because we're not getting any more double unknown effects. What I might do, I might take a couple of these engineers. And next turn we'll build a bridge here, just so we can start moving some of this other infantry. Not only down the road, but we don't want to be clogged, so I can utilize... Hey, thanks for tuning in, Schlons. Hope you have a fantastic week, and thanks for all your efforts. It's truly appreciated. There should be a new beta coming out soon. For you, Schlons. Slowly but surely. Alright, you guys, let's see if we can build some bridges. Oh, nice. Let's do it again. Oh, double nice. So let's take a look. We built 3 bridges here, so we have very easy access to get across this river. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to do. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Jesus. Okay. Bada boom. Plot the artillery. We're good to go. Bada boom. Fingers crossed. Got disrupted. Oh, we took some casualties. Frick. Oh, they smoked us, though. That was nice of them. Thank you. Come on, you guys are overstacked. Do some damage. It's night next turn, so we're almost there. No transition because we're still at visibility 20. Nothing. Just barely anything. Alright, last turn. Last turn. We have commanders. Who are they good for? We'll leave them together. What about you guys? Let's bring you guys down. And then let's build a bridge here, or try to. No joy. Let's try again. Ah, score. Okay, so now we can move around. Ah, perfect. That's brilliant. Okay, call in the artillery, and then we can start our assault. Let's start Interesting. Alright, and the turn. Here we go. Next turn we're going to start. I'm excited. Except we're taking casualties still. Oh, they smoked us. That's nice of them. Oh, it's not day yet, or night yet. What the hell? Maybe it's next turn. So if I remember correctly, there are minefields on this side, so I have to be careful. Okay, last turn. Let's get down and dirty. Oh shit. Hey Seeker, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well today. Jeez, we're getting slaughtered. We're giving the French a fright because they can see all of our troops. There's still quite a bit in there. Okay, last artillery. Here we go. Fingers crossed. And just like that, it's nighttime. Alright, good luck, Tim. They still have full-strength platoons in there. Damn it. We've been looking at the... Looking at the 1970s U.S. order of battles and noticed that the air mobile infantry battalions don't have aero rifle platoons as their infantry platoon because the aero rifle platoons were the reconnaissance units. They weren't the actual infantry platoons. Said that the aero rifle platoons were more specialized rifle platoons as opposed to the regular infantry. They were designed more for like a reconnaissance role, if I remember correctly. Keep in mind it's been like 5 years since or 6 years since I've made that, if not longer. The aero rifle platoon is the rifle platoon that you would find in the cavalry units, as opposed to the regular infantry unit. Alright, here it is. We're going to start. Oh, it's going to be bloody. Very bloody. Damn, they're still getting kills. Because there wasn't a lot, that's why. There was not. Good question, though. Makes sense. Seeker was saying, makes sense. Was curious also why there was so little infantry in the air cavalry platoons. So we don't have a way to cross here, but we do here. So we are going to continue pushing. Damn it. Until we isolate that, they're going to be causing us severe casualties. I have the audio turned down, but let me change it. Is that any better? Test, test. Let me know. Oh, good. Well, thanks for pointing that out. So visibility has dropped from 2, or from 20 to 2. Which is why they can still hit us pretty well, because if we look at the visibility, they can target us, we can target them. The advance continues. Let's move these guns up closer. Maybe we can get lucky with some direct fire mortar strikes. The reason I'm asking is because I'm helping a friend with the order of battle for his fictional setting, so I'm looking at real examples for inspirations. Oh yeah, well that's cool. What kind of hypothetical is he doing? Or fictional? Oh, there is a crossing there. Oh, interesting. So we're almost isolated. Not quite, though. We almost isolated this position, but we're still a few hexes away. I need to start pounding this area back here now that we can see what's back there. And we need to start making sure that we can try and get into this rear area. So all of our artillery is basically attacking at half strength now because it is nighttime. And there's not much we can really do about that. This is gonna suck. Here we go. Actually, just for curiosity's sake, let's take a look at the sit rep and see how bad it is. It's terrible. Damn. Okay. We really need to clean that up and not take too many casualties. Ha! Come on, be nice. Don't hit me. Damn it. French artillery. Shoot back. Here comes our artillery support. Oh, that was a good hit. There's engineers in there. Welcome back, Tim. It's a setting with a lot of fantasy troops, magic, elves, orcs, etc. through the lens of Cold War era military technology and conflict. Oh, that's interesting. Sure would be nice to get some kills here. Come on. For Warno called Baltona All-Out War. Ah, sounds interesting. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to try and soak up some fire, so let's use the machine guns. My voice is loud. Yeah, let's increase the sound effects just a little bit. Here, let's try. How's this? And we want to try and draw as much fire as we can for our assault troops. Still low. There's that. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So again, I'm trying to draw as much fire from here as I possibly can. I don't plan on doing any damage because that's probably in a bunker or a trench or something, but I don't think it's going to matter. Let's move more machine guns down, do another firing. Again, doesn't matter what I'm shooting at. And then let's do the same here. Just soak up some opportunity fire. Ah, damn it. am going to do, though, is I'm going to move these mortars up into this trench. And then next turn, they'll be able to direct fire into this position. Damn it. Oh shit. There's a whole bunch of bad guys right there. What do I do? Let's go into here. Damn it. We're going to take a lot of casualties. There's no way around that. Hang in there. Damn it. Oh, there's a minefield in there. And we got reduced by the minefield. That's even worse. Try and smoke this. Oh, I can smoke it. Perfect. Not that it matters, apparently. What? Alright. These guys, we can smoke them as well. Jeez. Yeah, I'm trying to lead with the engineers to get into where I need to be. Alright, let's bring our troops in. damn it, there's a minefield. Man, we lost a full squad in each of those platoons. Damn. Okay. Here we go. Call in some artillery. Damn. This is going to be ugly. But I think now... Oh, it's almost isolated. It's pretty close. This position should be isolated mostly now. What was your suggestion, Seeker? Can you remind me, please? Come on, shoot back. There we go. That's good. Oh, shit. Just like that. Bada boom. Wiped out. Oh, it took a hit. They ran away, which is good. Ah, disrupted. Oh, didn't get in there. Ah, I lost a machine gun. Now they're going back into the positions. That's not very nice of them. Need some good hits. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Luru Gray. Luru Gray. Hope you're doing well today. It was in response to the discussion of flavor last session. I like the idea of adding additional leader units if certain conditions are met. I think it would be more... Cool. I need to read that. I think it would be more sense if we would just not say a leader is not a leader in a literal sense, but an individual who has risen to prominence. Yeah, nope, that's true. I agree. I also like the artillery spotter idea, but I don't think it should be limited to leaders, but should be a trait you can give a unit. That gives them the action to spot for artillery. The way I would have it function is that you would select a hex or an area have hexes for a unit to spot for artillery in, Then you tell one artillery unit to indirect fire into the hex. This indirect fire would not receive any bonus to accuracy or damage, but if the shell landed in the hex you were spotting, you would create a target reference point, which would increase the effectiveness of the artillery fire attacks against that hex for the remainder of the scenario, I presume. Yeah, that is a good idea. I'm not sure how that would be coded, though, but that's a really good idea. For the remainder of the battle, a decay could be added for longer scenarios, so the player just keeps using a TRP, I'm not sure what that is, for it to stay around as long as a unit with the spotter trait could see the hex. The TRP would also make an artillery aimed at the hex and those adjacent to the 100% accuracy as long as the spotter can see the TRP, regardless whether they can see the targeted hex or not. What is a TRP? Pardon my ignorance. So we did clear something, which is good, but we're kind of screwed here, so let's do some firing. Visibility is still 2. Target reference 1, thank you. Some of the other things but didn't mention was to have it so that every indirect fire you have attacking a target reference point hex, you should have to have a spotter who can see the target reference point hex for artillery to receive the attack bonus and increased chance to knock out armor units, but also I don't think small mortars should be able to create TRPs and should receive... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Creating a smoke screen due to kicking up dust, I don't think that's enough at this scale. This should be affected by terrain, ground effects, blah blah blah. Physical proximity to the units to one another. Yeah, I don't think the scale for this is appropriate for that. That's good. We push them a little bit further away. Let's see if we can draw some fire. So this hex here, by the looks of it, this one here, looks like it's going to be the weakest one to try and get into, at least for now. With the infantry, that's tough. Engineers, that's tough. These are all have massive infantry, plus they're probably 6 strength point platoons, so getting in there is not going to work. But this hex here, if we can get into this hex here with an assault or a couple assaults, that might be a good thing. In my last post, I thought of some of these, but I forgot them as I wrote more points. Most of these points would have to do with smoke and night fighting. First, there should be a wind variable. That should be editable in each scenario. It should have an advanced option to have it variable turn like visibility. These variations should have a settable max and min caps as well as direction. The effect wind. Okay, you're doing it too fast, man. I can't read that. The variation should have a settable. Let's see. Sorry, the variation should have a settable min max. The effect wind would have it on its own by reducing the effectiveness of fire over range fire. This would have an increased effect over range, but also increase the chance of indirect fire scatter in the direction it's blowing, as well as suddenly having the potential to remove the target reference point. Quick note, if an artillery unit moves its target reference points, you should have plenty of high chance to losing the benefits. Okay, next I think there should be multiple levels of smoke, with low levels providing smaller defensive battles than current smoke and not blocking LOS, but at higher levels it would be better than current smoke. But then when the max smoke level reaches, it should overflow into an adjacent hex based on factors such as terrain. Yeah, that's more. They are, yeah, I agree with Stipe. Most of these are better suited to a squad level game. That makes more sense at that scale. Totally. I don't think it's suited more for this platoon level scale. Because that you're talking about a lot of minutia, which would be not well represented at the scale that we're playing here, I don't think. Where are we? Okay, let's try our direct fire across the valley. Oh shit. I think this also involves needing to hard-code vector physics into the CPP code, so more involved than something Jason could do. Just whip up casualty. Yeah, no, that's also true. Yeah, for sure. And there is a smoke generator unit already, but not having multiple levels of smoke, I think, is too much. Having a unit to produce smoke, totally. I think that's a good idea, because it's already in the game, right? I believe the the German CS tank can develop its own smoke. Oh, there's a frickin' headquarters here. Let's try and kill that. It's nighttime, so I can't target what I want. Damn it. So I'm going to leave opportunity fire, and what we're going to do is really heavily focused the artillery. On this position here. And then just a few random ones around. Speaking of WS, the Age of Longbow just came out. That has been taking up your Sunday. Oh, nice. Save it, end it. Let's see what happens. This is going to be ugly. Since you're all here, I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you all for being here and having these interesting conversations. I really enjoy them. I really enjoy hearing your guys' ideas and to see what and how we can improve the campaign series. Absolutely. Obviously, I've been keen on the campaign series for many decades, and I'm really planning on keeping it going for many more decades, assuming I am still breathing. So yeah, always interested in hearing your ideas to see what's possible, what's not possible. And we're just here to harass me. I appreciate your support, Stipe. Yes, oh man. Keeping, long live the campaign series. Even though I'm getting my ass kicked. We're going to start assaulting and see how that goes. I don't think it's going to go well. I don't think they've been whittled down enough yet. Look at that, we're just being slaughtered. Reduction, reduction, reduction. Playing old dog. About to lose my first try. Oh yeah. I like ice cream. Jeez, look at all that firing. That's insane. Oh, our engineer got smoked. East Prussia 14 was the first war game I ever played 12 or 13 years ago. Oh, wow. Yeah, Legacy of John Miller's work keeps on trucking. If it wasn't for him, none of this would be happening, absolutely. Yes, thank you for that, Stipe. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we lost Berto, but Petri has definitely stepped up to the plate to help out. He's doing fantastic work, which is awesome. in keeping the series alive, because after Berto's passing, I was really worried that that would be it. We'd be done. It would just be whatever update that I could do myself, which, since I don't have any coding skills, that would have obviously been terrible. We're not getting any effects, unfortunately, at all. See, this position looks under strength now. So we'll try to assault that. I don't think that's going to go well, but we're going to try. And this one here only has heavy weapons in it, plus a headquarters, so we might get lucky and hit that. So this is a reason why I'm really trying to get the 4 core games out as soon as possible. Those 4 core games, just FYI, are going to be Middle East, Vietnam, Cold War, and the brand new World War II one that we're working on. The World War II one is going to be all the 3 games in one, just for simplicity's sake, because now that we have the folder situation develop, or how the scenarios are laid out within folders, it'll be easier to manage in that sense. So, and once those 4 core games are out, it'll be a lot easier to just me focus on data, focus on building and expanding them, as much like we're doing or trying to do now with Middle East and Vietnam. Now that the core game is done, it's easier for me to just add, for example, a new country, like I did with North Korea, or like I did with Iran in Middle East. Just continually doing that. So Cold War, if you're familiar with how things are going so far, we're going to have, for NATO, I think it's the West Germans, the United States, France, and the UK as the initial 1.00 NATO countries. And then for, I'm working on the East Germans, the Czechs, the Poles, and the Soviets are done. So it'll be basically 4 nations for each side. Then we'll have that 1.00 released. You'll be able to play that, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll work on World War II. We'll get that started. Initially, it'll probably be just, a couple handfuls of scenarios dealing with 40, 41, maybe 39. Most likely, most of the Eastern Front. Maybe I'll throw in some Western Front, depending on what I have available. I still have those order of battles to develop. Unfortunately, even though it's only, 6 years of war, the order of battle changes are quite significant, so I do have some things that I need to work on and rebuild. Since we have the platoon files that have been significantly expanded compared to the original versions, there is going to be more platoons, which is fantastic, but it also means that I have to do a lot of massaging and work. I'm going to try and develop a conversion tool for converting some of the old JTS scenarios into the new version. I don't know what that tool is going to look like yet, but I know that one of the first things that I need to do in order to have that tool work is going to be having a identifier for an existing platoon, and then having a list of new platoons, what that platoon could be replaced with in the new scenario. So it's not going to be a matter of just pressing a button and it'll be done. It will take someone to actually go through the units themselves and make sure that when the scenario conversion happens, it's actually converting the right units. That process in itself is already giving me a headache. But because there are thousands of scenarios already for that game, it makes sense to try and figure out some methodology of conversion in order to incorporate those into the new game. Especially if Petri's going to be making work on the automation of the Lua file, where at least you have some form of Lua file included that is, introductory level scripted to the point where it makes it interesting to play. Obviously, I would like to script the scenarios properly with detail and all that fun stuff. So like you would see in Vietnam, as opposed to what you currently see in Middle East, where most 95% of those scenarios have an automated Lua file scripted. And, they're not great. But they're better because you have some of the extra bells and whistles that you wouldn't have had before. That being said, yeah, there's still a lot of work, but that's the idea, is to have those core games out there and then just add to them as I have time. Play the core game and then add to it as I can. New scenarios, new campaigns, new countries, all that fun stuff. That's the idea. Okay. Let's try an assault. Oh wait. Let's do some more shooting here. You know what I'm going to try and do? Let's see if this is going to work. I think we have flares. Oh, not that. Can I hit this? Oh, I can, but I hit the wrong spot. How about you guys? Okay, well that's a better spot. Now, let's see if we can target this. Damn it. Okay, let's grab our guns. They should have direct fire onto here. Oh no! Why can't I see them? Oh, they can see them. They can't. Can they? Nope. Shit. Nope. Nope. Ah, damn. Okay, we don't have any more options. Let's try the assault and see how that goes. So the assault results are, I'll show you, no effect for everyone, which means we are in a decent position in the sense that we're not losing troops, which is good. But at the same token, what are we going to do here? Let's try a massive assault into here. Okay, so it is a bunker. Again, we didn't do any damage, which kind of sucks. Let's continue on with our assaults. So this one here is a little more informative. Look, here we had 2 double unknown effects, which is good. We did suffer some casualties though, which is not good, but expected. Ah, damn it. Let's do another shot with a flare. Oh, I missed. Ah, damn it. No, joy. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're going to direct fire into here. Ah, we took a hit. Damn it. Double, damn it. Okay, let's try an assault. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's take a look at how that... No, again, not good there. So far, our best assaulting has been in these 2 positions here. Or, sorry, this position here for sure. This one, not so much. Looks like there's... Is that a leader in there? That doesn't help. I think what I'm going to do is smoke this. Brutal. Okay, I guess we call in the artillery. Let's check it out. So we know these are trenches, so our best opportunity is to take out these trenches. And we want to absolutely smoke this as much as we can. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just like that. And I will save it there. We've been here for 2 hours, so I'm going to end the live portion of the stream anyways. We can hang around and chat though, since I have to do the Camtasia stuff, so if you want to stick around, feel free to do that. But otherwise, for those on YouTube, thank you for sticking around and watching. If you've made it this far, that's beyond impressive, so thank you for that. I truly appreciate it. I hope you do consider giving it a like and subscribe. There is a Discord if you do want to have discussion about that. I do follow Discord quite regularly. There's also a Patreon if you want to sign up for that. Every little bit helps, so thank you. Huge thank you for all the donators and Patreons, and those that just take their time. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday night. We will continue on with the East Front, the new East Front campaign, Link campaign, and see how terrible my poor Germans are going to be doing in that. And yeah, thank you for your time. On that note, take care, good luck, and talk to you soon.